Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Crack Cat with Aparna Rastogi, and today I'm going to share some tips with you all on how to score 99 plus percentile in cat. So I'll be sharing some insights with you all which if you apply in your daily practice, then I guarantee you will be able to score a good percentile in your cat, which will help you in making to your dream B school. So I keep getting questions from students like if the material that they're using is sufficient for CAT, or if the test series that they have joined is sufficient to prepare for CAT. What I believe is it is more about the quality of questions that you are solving and not on the quantity. How can we make use of the quality of questions? How can we improve the quality of questions that we are solving? I shall be discussing some points which will help you in improving that. So let's come to the general scenario. I know you would have heard from everybody that there is no rule which will guarantee that you can score 99 plus percentile in CAT, or at least I can say that there is no rule that suits everybody. Everybody needs to work on a different strategy that would suit them according to their strong points, according to their strengths. So everybody has to develop a different strategy. ये तो सभी बोलते हैं. Also, everybody also tells you that to score a 99 plus percentile, you have to work on two things. The first point is accuracy, and the second point is speed. By improving both your speed and accuracy, only you can score a 99 percentile in CAT. बट ये तो पता है ना, ये तो आई गेस सभी को पता है, सभी यही चीज बोलते हैं. बट इसको कैसे हम इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं? हाउ कैन आई इम्प्रूव माई एक्यूरेसी और हाउ कैन आई इम्प्रूव माई स्पीड? I shall be talking on those points. In this video, I shall be focusing on the accuracy aspect. So if I talk about accuracy, what do I mean by accuracy? I mean how many correct questions have I got? I need to increase the number of correct questions. So, how can I get more correct questions or how can I increase my accuracy? Firstly, by having concept clarity. So, by attending classes, by attending lectures, by solving questions, by practicing questions, of course, you can get clarity on all your concepts and eventually you will be able to solve more questions. The second point is that identifying your strong points or your strengths. What are the topic that you are good at? What are the type of questions that you are good at? You need to identify your strong points so that you can decide, yes, this is my kind of a question, I should go ahead with it. You will feel more comfortable on these things. And yes, it will also help you in identifying, okay, this is my weak area, I need to work upon that. The thirdly, and what I feel is a point which is not often discussed, is choosing the right kind of questions. Thirdly, I would say choosing the right kind of questions. What do I mean by choosing the right kind of questions? How can I develop the develop my ability to choose the right question? I'm going to focus on this point today in this video. So to be able to develop this habit, this ability to choose the right question, you need to do a good analysis of the questions that you're solving, which will hence help you in solving quality questions. Okay, so what do I mean by complete or proper analysis? So let's take an example that you have taken a test series and now you are supposed to analyze that. So you would find that you have solved questions which would fall into three categories. The first one would be the questions that you have answered and you have got them correct. The second one would be the questions that you have answered but they are incorrect. And the third one would be the category of unanswered questions. So we'll talk about each of these three categories now. Let's focus on the questions that you have answered and got it correct. So over here, you may find Now, firstly, you would think that these are the correct questions. Why do I need to get back to that? I had known how to solve these. What you need to see over here is now that whether you took short time to solve it, you were able to solve it very quickly, or did you spend a long time in solving it? If you have got a correct answer and if you were able to solve it quickly, then this means that you have chosen the question correctly. It was the correct choice. It was the correct choice. But if you had taken long time to solve that question, it might be because you did not approach it in the correct manner. It might be because you misinterpreted it initially. It might be because you went through a long number of steps to solve it. So, what do you need to think is my solution the best solution? Can I solve it in a better way? You need to ask these questions to yourself. If you can say yes to these, if you can find a better way of solving it, then of course you had made a right choice, but your method was not correct, and you can improve upon your method. But if you feel, if the answer to these questions is no, then choosing this question was not the correct choice and you should have left it. Okay, this is how you need to build your thought process with each and every question. Let's move on to the next category. So these are the questions which you had answered but were incorrect. Now you need to ask yourself question, why was it incorrect? Why did you go wrong? Was it some mistake? It may be a calculation mistake, it may be a silly mistake. Then it can be rectified. It can be rectified. You can correct it and get marks in this question. But what if you misinterpreted the question or you did not understand it? Okay, you did not understand it correctly, then that means that choosing this question, answering it was not the correct choice, and you should have left out that question. It may be possible that you had spent some time on that question and after that you felt कि इतना time लगा दिया है, एक तो मुझे आंसर मार्क कर देना चाहिए, and you took a wild guess. So in both of these scenarios, it would have been better to leave out that question. Only in this scenario, you should have done it, and of course, you should have rectified your mistake. But in both of these scenarios, it would have been better to leave it. So you need to take a call whether your choice was correct or not. These are the kind of questions that you need to ask yourself. It will help you in developing your ability to choose the right questions. The third category is the questions which you left unanswered. Now, why did you leave it unanswered? Why did you leave it out? You need to ask that question to yourself. Why did you leave it? Why did I leave it? Was I short on time? Or was the question lengthy? Or was the question difficult? Now, if you were short on time, you did not have a chance to go through that question. That means you might have missed out on some questions which were very much doable, which would have taken less time. So, this is a missed opportunity. This is a missed opportunity. So, you need to go through all the questions at least once and then take a call. Okay, this is something that I need to do. This is something that I need to take it in the second round. If the question was lengthy, our general perception is that the question might be difficult. But please don't get into that trap. It is not necessary that if a question is lengthy, it has to be difficult. It might be a very easy question. So never leave a question just because it is lengthy. So both these can be kind of a missed opportunity, and you could have scored well over here. Now, if the question was difficult and then you took a call of leaving it, then I would say it is again a right choice. It was a right decision on your part to leave that question. So basically, we have seen that this is the kind of analysis, these are the kind of questions that you need to ask yourself while doing the analysis. So, as you can see, if I would just summarize it in a few words, how to increase your accuracy? Of course, concept clarity, working on your concepts, working on your strong points are one of the two major points. But analysis of the question paper, analysis of your practice questions. So, you can treat your practice questions in similar manner. Complete analysis of these questions in the manner that I've discussed in this video will help you in ensuring in building the ability to choose the right questions. You need to keep asking such questions to yourself. Why did I go wrong? Why did I take more time in it? Why did I leave this question out? Once you start answering these questions, you will be able to realize that these are the kind of questions which I should have done. These are the kind of questions which I should have left out. And eventually, you will be able to increase your accuracy and score a 99 plus percentile in your CAT. So this is all from my side. Please do like and share the video. Do subscribe to the channel for more videos. I shall be taking up the how to increase your speed in the next video. And you can also join me on Telegram and Facebook groups. In case of any doubts, you can reach me out through these channels. Also, I would like you all to post in the comment section what more videos would you like from me. I would like to make more videos to help you out. So your suggestions are completely welcome. Thank you, everybody.